Hello all, this is Rob Brownie here from Inside Acumen. Welcome to another video about models that I've built using XtendSim. In this particular case, this is a concept demo purely done for me for a business development. This particular model is about deployable bulk fluid distribution. So this particular model was demoed to a third party with a view to potential involvement in a request for tender. And this is a screenshot of the model as demonstrated. So we've got a mix here in XtendSim of blocks from the item library in green and the rate library in blue. So the combination of the item library blocks in green and the rate library in blue, perfect blocks for this combination where we're dealing with things, but also we're dealing with rates and flows. So just very quickly describing what's going on in the model, we have tanker ships at this point here, and they are, pardon me, unloading at this point. Consider this someplace close to a shore at anchor, and that fluid is then piped through a 1.5K pipeline to large storage, then through pump and a valve to load tankers. Now these are tankers, these are widgets that are coming here empty at this stage. So these tankers then fill to a certain capacity at this point here in this interchange block. Then they travel into an area of operations here where they are unloaded. So the tanker then unloads its fuel to fueled bulk storage, or its fluid to fueled bulk storage, once again through another pump and valve. And at this point, this fuel can be distributed to wherever it needs to go. I've just got two pathways for the fuel. We can fuel helicopters or we can fuel trucks. And this particular group of blocks is for helicopters, and this particular group is for the trucks. So the helicopters are just running on very simple missions on a shift and only a set number. But this can be made way more complex if required, but this was just purely a concept demonstration. So the helicopters would take on fuel at this interchange block here, conduct a mission, be turned around once they return from the mission, and then they're available again for another mission. And similar to the trucks, a certain number of trucks were available, and they were refueled at this point here in the XtendSim interchange block, conduct their ground mission, return for servicing, and then once again be available for another trip. Back to the main tankers for a sec. Once these large tanker trucks had unloaded to the fuel bulk storage, they returned to base, and there was a potential here for them to spend some time in unscheduled maintenance, i.e. breakdown, and then return to the tanker pool ready for another tanker mission. And we also had a business rule, a trigger set up, so that another tanker ship reached the area of operations when the fuel in the area of operations reached a certain lower level. At that certain lower level was a threshold. It then triggered the arrival of another tanker ship. And we just had some very simple outputs for this particular concept model: tanker truck log, a tanker truck trip log, a fuel box storage plot, and the pipeline contents plot. And this particular screenshot just shows one of those logs. This was a tanker truck trip log, and we have the trip number in the first column here, 1 to N, the truck ID 1212. So we had two trucks, fuel load in liters, time they were dispatched, time the unload started, time the unload ended, the duration of the unload of the fuel in minutes, the average rate of flow, liters per minute, the time RTV it returned to base, and the trip duration in minutes, in this case 314.4 minutes. So the status of this particular project is unknown. However, Inside Acumen was never engaged to develop the model for the request for tender. But that doesn't mean that the demo model isn't cool. And that final plot that you can see on the screen right now is the fueled bulk storage in liters. So the fueled bulk storage, where those large tanker trucks delivered into that area of operations. And this was the storage in liters there, just gradually building over time with the time on the x-axis, and that this particular plot will build during runtime in the XtendSim model. And this is me. Feel free to contact me on the email via my website, and you'll also find me on LinkedIn. And that was a brief discussion of another model built in XtendSim for a deployable bulk fluid distribution system. Thanks so much for watching.